Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Monday the 2nd of May 2022. And what a day! What a f***ing day! Now, I told you yesterday that today was a fantastic opportunity for Millwall Football Club, and I had no idea how magical it would be. And here it is. Fulham did beat Luton by a big margin, and it was 7 goals. I was listening to the game on TalkSport 2, and when they went 3-0 up, Weltman, hollering, cheering, jumping up and down. By the 6, I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm up and I'm dancing all around, and this is it. This is it. The magic has happened. This is it. This is it. The magic is happening. You're seeing it right here. Look at the screen. What you're seeing. This is the magic that's happening that's going to help Millwall get into the playoffs. And yes, Fulham beat Luton Town by 7 goals to 0. What does that mean and what happened? So Luton at the start of the day were in 5th. They were equal on goal difference with Sheffield United and equal on points, of course, with 72 points and plus 14 of goal difference. But they were ahead of Sheffield United because they had scored more goals, because that's the tiebreaker. It goes points, then goal difference, and goals scored, and then it goes head to head, and then some other shit. So they had scored 3 more goals than Sheffield United, so they were 5th. After today's result, their plus 14 goal difference was decimated to plus 7, lower than Millwall's plus 9, lower. This is it. This is the magic that's happening right now, and this is the moment we need to capitalize on this. When we get to Saturday morning, 12:30 down in Bournemouth, we need to actualize what we're doing and get it in our heads what we're doing, and go to Bournemouth game and win that game. However, by how many goals it doesn't matter. We need to win that game, 1-0, whatever. We need to win that game because that'll take us up to 72 points, and we're still relying on other results. We are still relying on other results, but the magic is happening. If it can still happen. It happened today. It could happen on Saturday at Preston, where Middlesbrough will go and play, at Luton, where they play Reading, or at Bramwell Lane, where Sheffield United have to play the champions Fulham, who've scored 106 goals this season. Mitrovic scored 43 goals this season. He has now got the record. He overtook Guy Whittingham for the most goals in this division in a single season by a single player. And Fulham also broke another record where they've the only team in any league in the professional football league over the whole history to have scored 50 goals at home and 50 goals away in a single season. Fulham have done that, and if they could just do us another little favour on Saturday by tonking Sheffield United, that would be fantastic. Yes, please. But we still need results, other results to go our way. We need Fulham to fail. We need Middlesbrough to fail to win. First off, because if either Sheffield United or Luton do slip up, they are first in line. So we need them to fail to win. If they draw, they are only on 71, so that doesn't matter. We need to win our game first and foremost, though. We do need to do that. Now, what is the likelihood of that happening? We're going to go to this from soccerbase.com. This is our results over this season. I've sorted it in away games, and if you can look and count, we have only won 5 away games this season. Only the games we won: Barnsley, Sheffield United, Coventry, Derby, and Reading. And of all those games, I would probably say that our best performance is probably the Derby game. I think especially Scott Malone, Mason Bennett were well up for that. Mason Bennett with an amazing dribble, through from the halfway line, resulting in a goal. But if you look even closely at that, you'll see that only 2 of those were on a Saturday. Now, I think they were Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs. So maybe with this game on Saturday being a 12:30 kickoff, that might give us a bit of an advantage. There was a record a couple of seasons back, maybe 3 or 4 seasons back, where our record at Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs was absolutely dog shit, but our record in games that were midweek or had moved to Sunday or Friday was top notch, a lot better, and it's weird. But yeah, for some reason, away matches, and we've only won 2 on Saturday, and we've won 3 in midweek, so only 5 wins. We need to win this game here coming up against Bournemouth. Now we're undefeated in our last 3 away games, but it's been 3 draws: 2-2 draw, 1-1 draw, 2-2 draw. We haven't kept a clean sheet since that Blackburn game, where we didn't have a shot on target. We didn't even have a shot, let alone a shot on target, and that was a midweek game as well. So, do we go for that approach again and just play like that for 80 minutes and then try and attack at the end of the game and get a 1-0? If that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. But what do we have to do? What are we up against? Well, we're playing Bournemouth. This is the Championship table for home games only. We were number 1, but after Fulham's win today, they've jumped up to the first position. We are second. That's no shame in that, because they're supreme team in this league, and we are second at home in home form. And you'll see Middlesbrough there in third. Thankfully, they're going away to Preston North End, so if they were at home, that might not give us that much of a chance of Middlesbrough messing it up. But if you look down, Bournemouth are all the way down in 9th. Now that's because they've still got 2 home games to go. They've got to play Nottingham Forest tomorrow, and they've got to play us on Saturday, of course. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, they play Forest tomorrow. We want Bournemouth to win that game, so they'll be up. They won't have to worry about us. It's going to be a hard game either way. They're professional footballers. They've been professional enough to be at the top of the league all season. They didn't just rise up like Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, they started with a bit of a shit manager. Steve Cooper's come in, turned it all around, and they're absolutely flying and absolutely amazing. And Nottingham Forest could be within a chance of getting into the Premier League, and it's literally just a manager change. Like, absolutely amazing. So these 2 teams, Bournemouth and Forest, play each other tomorrow, Tuesday. A lot of people saying we want Bournemouth to win. I don't think it really matters anyway. Another thing to factor in is, with everything else basically decided in terms of the games that are going to be on Sky, now obviously I think all of them are going to be on the red button basically, but which ones are going to be picked for the actual channels, because not everyone can get the red button, I don't think. Depends on your circumstances, but so you would think there's 4 games involved. There's Sheffield United versus Fulham, Luton versus Reading, Preston North End versus Middlesbrough, and Bournemouth versus Millwall. So you would imagine they have the capacity to show those 4 games live. Of course, when you watch these games, they'll cut in and show you what's happening in the other games to create a bit of drama on the last day. But I would imagine that our game will be one of the games shown on Sky. So if you haven't got any tickets to go to the game, because it's in very short supply, I think only 1,500. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Sky, so don't worry about that. You'll get a chance to watch that game. But yeah, if Bournemouth are promoted tomorrow or they're not, I don't think it really matters. They need to win, because if they draw, it just delays it till the last game. Now, would that be better for us if they had to attack us and we could counter them? Maybe. I don't know. Our defence has been pretty solid. But although we haven't kept a clean sheet since the Blackburn game. So here's I've shown you this, the home table. Bournemouth in 9th. They've only lost 3 times at home in the league. That's the lowest in the league, along with West Brom. They've only lost 3 times in the league. Now, who did they lose to? Well, let's look at them on soccerbase.com. This is their home results sorted. Now, between November and the end of January, they had a bit of a wobble at home. They lost to Preston at home, 2-1. That was a midweek game. They lost to Blackburn, losing 2-0. They lost to Hull, 1-0. And they also lost in the FA Cup to Boreham Wood, of all teams. But I imagine they made a lot of changes for that game. I imagine that they probably put the backup goalkeeper in, something like that, so that's can you really take anything from that? I don't know, but maybe this is it for Millwall. This is it. We've got to beat these teams. Beat Bournemouth. How do you beat Bournemouth? Well, watch these games and find out. Watch the tape of the Preston game. Watch the tape of the Blackburn game. Watch the tape of the whole game, and watch the tape of the Boreham Wood game, and figure it out. How do you beat a team like Bournemouth at home? If you notice, in 3 of those games that they've lost at home this season, they failed to score. They did score against Preston, but Preston ended up scoring 2, and that was an equaliser. So Preston scored first, Bournemouth equalised, and then Preston made it 2-1. And there's a stats from that game. You can see 5 shots on target, 3 off. Interesting stuff. So you need to be clinical. Preston only had 3 shots on target. They got 2 goals. Let's have a look at the other one, the Blackburn game. Again, one of them was an own goal. 5 shots on target, 2 goals for Blackburn. 6 shots on target for Bournemouth, kept them out. So Bart needs to be on his very best situation on Saturday. Again, for the whole game, 4 shots on target, 1 goal, only 1 shot off target. Again, 6 shots on target for Bournemouth. They dominated the possession, they didn't score. And what about the Boreham Wood game? Yeah, it looks like they had a lot of changes in the team there. But look at this. This is insane. Boreham Wood had 1 shot on target and they scored it. Look at the possession. 17.9 to Bournemouth's 82.1. They reduced Bournemouth to 2 shots on target. They had 9 shots off target. So it seems there be something in there where you need to be positionally set up to show the strikers away from goal or something, or down a certain position where they can't shoot effectively. That seems to be the situation. But I don't know. I would imagine the Millwall coaches and staff need to be looking at these games right away, from now until Friday night. The Preston game, Blackburn game, Hull game, Boreham Wood game, maybe even their last game against Middlesbrough, where they failed to score. They drew 1-1 with Fulham. I doubt that would tell us much, but maybe that Middlesbrough game, mate, and they might want to see, how do you keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth, and how do you beat Bournemouth? So Gary Rowett, Joe Carnell, Paul Robinson, Adam Barrett, get watching the videos and figure something out. Figure out a game plan, because this is it. The season comes down to this 90 minutes. We need to beat them, and keep hoping that the magic carries on at the other games, like it did today against Fulham and Luton, because this is magical for us, absolutely magical, and it means that we can get into the playoffs. It's completely spun around, turned around. It really is a possibility now. You need to believe it, because it's very real. The magic is happening. We just need the Millwall players to make their own magic to happen at Bournemouth, and the rest can take care of itself. And here's the thing. So if we do, now obviously we can still technically get into 5th or 6th, but if we do get into 6th, and it could be a possibility, depending on tomorrow's result between Bournemouth and Forest, that we could have to play Bournemouth again. If Bournemouth sink to 3rd, it's 6th versus 3rd. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? We play them on the last game of the season, then we've got to play them the week after 2 times. Don't forget, I told you in a previous video, they've already sorted out the dates. It's going to be Friday night and Monday night. Friday night and Monday night. Yeah. So think Friday the 13th and Monday the 16th, I believe. I think that is when it is. So pencil that in. Because that's when it's going to be, and who's it going to be against? I don't know. But that's what happened today. That's the drama today. That's got everyone excited today. 7-0. 7-0. What is it they say? Ask and ye shall receive. Well, hopefully, can Fulham do that again? Yes, please. Fulham, do that again on Saturday against Sheffield United. Bring both of them in. And wouldn't it be an absolute, incredibly fantastic, fun and amazing, and show what a crazy league this championship is, if Middlesbrough and Millwall both got into the playoffs on the last day of the season and Sheffield United and Luton dropped out? That would be absolutely incredible, but we shall see. So I'm going to move on to other news now. The Loan Watch from Newsatden.co.uk. Now the League One season ended this past weekend for Sky Sports TV purposes, I believe. They've moved their season forward by a week just because they wanted the drama of a final day to broadcast, and we got Wigan and Rotherham up. So that league is ended, but League 2 is still going on. So Sutton United drop out of playoffs, and yeah, Sutton United dropped out of the League 2 playoff places with one game left after their 4-1 defeat at home to Bradford City on Saturday. Charles Vernon scored twice, and Jan Songo and Andy Cook were also on target for Mark Hughes' side as they ended Sutton's 19-match unbeaten run at Gander Green Lane. Alistair Smith had levelled for the host 10 minutes into the second half before Millwall forward Isaac Olofi came on with 12 minutes left after the visitors had gone 2-1 up. Sutton are 8th with 1 game to play, 1 point of Swindon in 7th, and with a worse goal difference. Mansfield and Port Vale are in 6th and 5th, both 2 points ahead with 2 games left to play. Sutton travel to Harrogate Town on next Saturday, so they can still get into the playoffs. And hopefully they do, because that'll give me something to speak to in videos, speak about in the videos if we don't make the playoffs, because it's going to be a long summer. Well, not really, because it's early because of the World Cup, but you know what I mean. Also in League 2, Alex Mitchell made his 29th appearance of the season and helped Leyton Orient to a 2-0 win at Crawley Town. Theo Archibald and Aaron Drinian scored for the away side. Former Mill captain Tony Craig came on for the hosts. Orient can still finish in the top half if they beat Tranmere Rovers at home next Saturday, and Crawley failed to win at Holdham. So there you have it. The Loan Watch from this week. Basically down to 2 players now, Olofi and Mitchell. They've got 1 more game to play, maybe more for Isaac. But yeah, Dan Moss seems to have disappeared. I don't know what's happening with him. But we'll see how they go. Moving on now to 5 takeaways from Millwall's 3-0 win over Posh. Home form is best in second tier since 21-02. Another target in sight. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Isn't it normally 4 takeaways? Why haven't they done an extra one? Richard Corley picks out 5 takeaways from Millwall's 3-0 victory against Peterborough United on Saturday. The result means the Lions going to the final round of league matches with a chance of still reaching the playoffs. Home form deserves so many plaudits. Saturday's 3-0 win over Peterborough United ensured that Millwall moved back to the top of the table with home form in the Championship this season. Both Fulham and AFC Bournemouth, who still have matches left to play on their own patch, can still finish above them, but the West Londoners need to beat Luton at Craven Cottage today to move to 46 points, while the Cherries need to win their final 2 against Forest on Tuesday and then against Garrow outside on the final day. Even if Millwall are knocked off that particular perch, it shouldn't detract from the sensational return at the Den. The Lions' total of 45 points is their second best since the turn in the millennium, with Mark McGee's team claiming 48 in a 21-02 season when the club finished 4th, won 15, drew 3 and lost 5 in the overall standings. And what happened in that season? Wasn't that the season when we got into the playoffs and Stern John lost to Birmingham, etc., etc.? But that's the season we got in the playoffs. So best since then when we got in the playoffs. And now we can get in the playoffs again. 2017-18 season saw Neil Harris's players narrowly miss out on the playoffs, and they banked 43 points in it. SE16. The current crop have only lost there once since January 15 in a division as tough as the Championship. That is some achievement indeed. Another target in sight. Even a victory at AFC Bournemouth might not be enough to claim a playoff place, but if Millwall do head back from the coast with a victory, then they will finish on 72 points, the same total as the 2017-18 season. That is their best haul since regaining their Championship status. And a dive into the history book shows that the only time the club had exceeded that since the turn of the year was in the 2001-2 campaign, already mentioned above, when they amassed 77 points. Swing it. There are 2 playoff places still up for grabs, and Luton's match at Fulham today could be very interesting if they were to ship a few goals. It was interesting, and they did. In saying that, the Whites have limped forward towards the finishing line so much that the top spot no longer looks quite so guaranteed as a few weeks ago. Mill have an inferior goal difference by 5 on the Atters and Sheffield United, who host the current table toppers, on the final day, so there is potential. Mill will still face the task of winning at Bournemouth, probably need to do so by a comfortable margin. Not anymore, mate, not anymore. A 1-goal victory will do it, as long as Luton mess up, or Luton need to lose against Reading. They have not had a victory by more than 1 goal on the road this season and have drawn their last 3. The risk, the same as it was against Peterborough, is that in opening up and playing more adventurously, you are far more liable to receive a damaging sucker punch. 1 Wallace next season or 2. It seems a safe bet that Murray Wallace, crowned Millwall's Player of the Year, will still be performing Cruyff turns at the Den next season, but will his namesake Jed? If Saturday's match was the latter's final at the Den as a home player, then he once again underlined what a pivotal figure he has been in their consolidation at the Championship level. Jed was brought on in the 54th minute along with Mason Bennett as Rowett looked to rack up a bigger score against the relegated Posh, and like so often, he contributed in the final third. It was his low cross which was turned into his own net by Josh Knight, and then Millwall's number 7 switched it up with a higher delivery, which George Saville emphatically headed home at the back post. His season has been disrupted by injury, but he still produced 12 assists and 6 goals in 37 Championship outings. Plenty of clubs will be interested in this summer, especially with no fee being involved. A Phobie loan has worked out. The Stoke City striker is on 12 league goals this season and 13 in all competitions, and needs 1 more to match Matt Smith's total in the 2019-20 season, which is the biggest individual haul since Millwall returned to the Championship. You can argue that Phobie has been a bit like the Lions, producing stronger displays and gathering momentum as the campaign has stretched on. 9 of his goals have come since the turn of year. The 29-year-old is out of contract next summer, and his displays and scoring return for the Lions provide food for thought. Phobie's excellent finish at the weekend underlined the quality he can provide in front of goal. Mill have definitely got more bang for their buck from a Phobie than they did with previous loans like Kenneth Zahor and Troy Parrott. Indeed, and I still don't understand how people are saying, "Oh, he's not worth the money." I mean, how much did we spend on Zahor and Parrott? And they didn't produce jack shit. So you got this lad here. He knows where the goal is. His quality now. He needs that one more goal to get the record for Millwall goal scorers, the highest since Matt Smith. Well, he can do that on Saturday against Bournemouth. He used to play for Bournemouth. How about if he steps up in the 94th minute again, like he did against Birmingham, and scores a penalty to win it 1-0 for us? I mean, let's go. Let's have that. I'll have that all day of the week. Let's crack on with that. So that's there was that. Moving on now to this story. Liverpool loanee's absence is explained by Millwall boss. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has revealed Shea Yoja's absence from the matchday squad against Peterborough was purely a tactical one. The on-loan Liverpool winger, 24, had been an unused substitute in the previous 4 matches, but did not make the bench for Saturday's 3-0 win at the Den. Ojo has played 23 minutes of football since the middle of January. Rowett said, "I think Shea's been really unlucky. He came in, had a good impact, got injured, and we had to bring other players in. I'm at the point where I have to pick the players I feel are going to have the most impact late in the season. Unfortunately, Shea missed out today, but is a good player, and I'm sure he'll show that in the next few seasons." Indeed. Now we've got a lot of players fit. You have to shuffle the pack, and some players are going to be missing out there. And that's how it goes. But just seems he's the one to miss out. So I forgot to pull it up, but I can probably pull it up now. There was an under-23 game at the Den tomorrow. It's the last one of the season. I think it's pinned to Mill's Twitter account. Let's see if this cracks up. We're doing it live. Screw it, we'll do it live. No, it's not pinned. Let's see if it's down here somewhere. I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. So here it is. I'm going to click on this, bring it up. It's Mill under 23s versus Sheffield Wednesday. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. It's at the Den. It costs £5 to get in. Let's just read the story. Mill under 23s played the final match of their 21-22 Professional Development League season at home to Sheffield Wednesday on Tuesday the 3rd of May. Kick-off 1 PM. Tickets for the fixture at the Den are now on general sale. Tickets are priced at £5 adults and £1 under 16s, but under 16 season ticket holders are free of charge. But shouldn't they be at school? Yeah, whatever. Carry on. You can buy tickets in person when you go to the ticket office. Unable to make it into the Den, this fixture will be streamed live on Recast. Details to be confirmed in the upcoming days. Yeah, it's going to be on Recast app as well. It's 250 credits to watch it live. Recast app has been a bit hit and miss for me. The first game against Charlton was a dream, worked perfectly. The next game I missed most of the first half because the fucking thing wouldn't load on a certain browser, so I tried literally 3 different browsers. I emailed them like while the game was going and say, "Hey, what's happening with this? The things aren't working," because they had a little thing saying, "Oh, this seems to be a problem now. If it discontinues, contact this email." And I did, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what's happening. Are you using Google Chrome? Because everyone in the world uses Google Chrome." Yeah, well, I fucking don't. I use Microsoft Edge. And sometimes I use Brave, and on my phone I've got Safari. I don't like using Google products because Google are a fucking weirdo company, which is funny because I'm on YouTube, but that's how it goes, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. The under 23's last game of the season, 1 PM kickoff. Should be a good game. Hopefully it'll go pretty well. I'm keen to get in there to see the lounge, see how it looks now after it's been upgraded by Burnhill Kitchens, and see what they've done to the place. Get a good look at it. So there you have it. In tomorrow's video I'll let you know how they got on, and I'll let you know the Bournemouth Forest result, how what that means for us and whatnot. Yeah, but for now, that's it, and I'll leave you on this screen of the magic that's happened today, and hopeful for magic in the future. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.